I just hit my teeth. Hi guys, Cassidy Sarin here, and if you're watching this, it means I finally deleted the other video and I have made this new and improved video about my senior collection, which is titled Liquid Curse. Sorry if the lighting fluctuates too. It's cloudy outside, so it's fine. Okay, we're gonna talk about the main message behind my collection, which is something that I personally practice. I definitely, to be honest, am very much an overthinker. I overanalyze everything down to the last little detail. I've always been that way. It definitely got progressively worse as I experienced life, but that happens. So self-reflection is looking deep within yourself and really recognizing who you are, what you need, how you act and react to your surroundings, all of that stuff. We're always evolving and we're always changing as humans, and the universe is always changing around us. It's about adapting and really figuring out just what you need and who you are. You are allowed to not have a good day. It's about showing up for yourself and acknowledging that you are not having a good day and doing things for yourself to make yourself better that day, whether it's just being kinder to yourself, making someone else feel good. If you're not having a good day, just please extra kind to yourself. You deserve that. You don't deserve to be harsh to yourself. Please don't. And it's also good to have good days, and on the good days try to stay present and really in the moment and soak everything in, because those good and bad days fluctuate just like the sun outside. Accepting the differences in other people and in yourself. It's about acknowledging, like I said, if you need those 5 minutes alone. It's realizing also if someone else needs 5 minutes alone. If you need to just walk away for a little bit, give a situation a little time to breathe. Like it's fine. It's just, it all stems down to self-reflecting. After all, you can only meet someone as deeply as they've met themselves. So explore yourself, really spend time alone. If you are not your best friend right now, you will be. I promise one day you will be. But spending time alone with yourself is crucial to getting to that point of being your own best friend. And everyone should be their own best friend. I am my own best friend, and you deserve to be your own best friend too. Everyone deserves to be their own best friend. There is only ever gonna be one of you. So have fun with this life, respect yourself, respect other people. Just have fun, go with the flow. Get vulnerable with yourself. Notice that what you need at this moment of time might not be what you need tomorrow, and that's totally okay. Show up for yourself, notice that. No, it really just have fun. Don't take life too seriously. You only get one life, and there's only one of you, and no one else is the same as you, no matter how close your DNA is. The point is, there is only one of you. And if no one's told you today, you are very important. You are. I just got lost in my thoughts. But that's what I wanted the main message to be, was self-reflection. Just show up for yourself. You deserve it. That's why this collection is so special to me. So this is where we get into the fun stuff. We had to start doing our inspiration the summer before our senior year. You had to have 2 different ideas, and you went over with the teacher and you guys picked one idea. These are some original sketches. My collection is inspired by silhouettes that Madonna wore in the 90s, mixed with the modern obsession of witches. The main message behind it is self-reflection. This is the mood board that I made for my collection, and it has a little paragraph that goes into depth about my collection. These are my final sketches. The back of the outfits are the opposite of the front. One way, the front is a reflection of the back, just in a different way. I use acrylic mirrors for everything. So at first, I know I wanted to use mirrors. I didn't know how I wanted the designs for the mirrors to be, but I knew that I wanted mirrors on my garments. I knew that I wanted that to represent self-reflection, because when you're looking into the garment, you're looking at yourself. So in a literal sense, you are self-reflecting, but more metaphorically, it's about self-reflecting on life. So I was saying before, I didn't know what I actually wanted the designs to be. I just let that fester within me throughout the entire time I was creating the collection. And then a week before the jury show, it was like a week and a half before, I laser cut all of my mirrors and everything. Right away I started gluing everything on, and I just let it come to me. That week before I was like, okay, definitely want to do the supernova for this one. Definitely want to do a weeping willow tree. Definitely want to do the constellations. And I definitely an art deco inspired one. It is definitely not important to spend a load of money on your fabric. It's just not. It is about the fabric though, so make sure the quality of the fabric is good. But in the end, it's about your construction, and it's about how well you made that garment. That is what matters the most. Personally, I did not spend a lot of money on my fabric. Some of my classmates did. Some people spent like $2,000 to $3,000. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, it's not important. Like, for look one, I did mock-ups. I didn't like using the muslin fabric because I used velvet, and velvet has a 4-way stretch, and the muslin doesn't have any stretch to it at all. I was fortunate enough to find fabric that someone left behind from the previous year and left a giant chunk. It was just a huge ball of fabric, so I took that and I used that for all of my mock-ups. I made 2 mock-ups for every single look. So like a typical day, I would go to class from 8 to 10:45, go and walk a dog, or I would walk 2. I would come back at 12:30 for that class, so I'd have class from 12:30 to 3:15, leave and go walk more dogs, and I would come back and work on collection. Work, dog walk, class, dog walk, work, dog walk, class, dog walk. Give myself a little breather. I definitely did not have a social life. I would go to concerts too. I went to a few concerts, and that was definitely important for me because concerts are a massive inspiration for me. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, they just are, and they have a lot of influence on how I design. Concerts were very important to me. I'm pretty sure I went to 6 or 7 concerts. So funny, I went to like 2, 3 parties, and then I went to 6 or 7 concerts. But priorities, people. All I wanted to do was work on collection. That's all I wanted to do. Literally all I wanted to do. Oh, and then I would also sneak in one photo shoot very early on for my styling. All of the stores were out of orange glitter and blue. I just went to the bakery section in Kroger. If you want to check that out, it is on my Instagram. Winter break. Spent some much needed time with my family. As me and my dad being us. And I usually get sushi with my cousins. And even though it was break, I still did some work for my collection, and I glued all of the mirrors onto the fabrics to test to make sure that the mirrors would actually stick. These mirrors were test mirrors. You can see they are burnt. Right after break, I went to Columbus Fashion Week and met up with old mentor slash my first internship, Alex Nash. He's absolutely incredible. He's done some work for Billy Porter. Let me know if you guys want a video of my internship. The week before jury show was crazy intense. Jury shows where you have to speak in front of 7 judges, and they judge if your garments actually make it in. I got 16 hours of sleep collectively in 1 week, 7 days, 16 hours of sleep. And I also took a nap on the sewing tables before my class because it was me and one of my other classmates, and we stayed there. We were the only 2. We stayed there the whole night, and it was like 6 in the morning, and I was in class at 8. Ended up sleeping for a half hour, and then it was time for class. It was a rough week. After I laser cut all my mirrors, I had to individually peel off each of the film. That took me at least 8 hours. My nails hated me, so did my fingers. It was... So as you can see, some of it didn't go through, so I had to recut some stuff. You just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? We had the jury show and we had to prepare a speech. I actually have my speech right here. I'll read it to you guys. Hi, how are you guys? My name is Cassidy Sarin, and my collection Liquid Curse is inspired by the silhouettes Madonna wore in the 90s mixed with the modern obsession of witches. Each of my garments are designed with the intention of being worn on stage by performers and interacting with stage lighting. My collection is thought-provoking, daring, and eye-catching. I laser cut acrylic mirrors into squares, moons, stars, and raindrops. I use mirrors to symbolize self-reflection. When you look at my pieces, in that moment of time, you become one with the garment. Life is ours. Sometimes it's soft and shiny, and sometimes it's rough, just like the texture of velvet. I think I did pretty well. Anyway, after that, they judged if your garments were in or out. My red look, my 4th look, got cut. Not gonna lie, at first I was so sad and confused and just hurt because there was no explanation as to why the garment didn't make it in. So then I was like, you know what? I am just going to put it on. So at the fashion show, let me back up real quick. At the fashion show, your models walk out, and then after you walk out with your models, do a little bow and like whatever, just to be like, hi, I'm the designer. My plan was to walk out wearing this full bodysuit with mirrors and the red cape, and to walk out and then to turn and like flip the cape off. You know, I think it deserved to be seen, so it was gonna be seen, and that was my idea of it being seen. I'm kind of sad that it didn't happen because it would have been really fun. Just to see the look on their faces too would have been amazing. Then COVID happened. I came up with an idea that I was gonna have a few of me and my designer friends all show our garments at my brother's house, and I was gonna set up this whole runway and like put everyone's Instagram names and all this stuff, and he was gonna invite his friends and we were gonna live stream it, just all this stuff. And of course it didn't happen because the pandemic got worse. I was supposed to have a photo shoot for our collection also, which also got canceled. I was like, oh my gosh, like no one's ever gonna see my garments. I was sad. So it got to the point where everyone was quarantined, the cases weren't as bad. I had to go out to Ohio to finish moving out my apartment because I moved back to New Jersey with my parents. I had to go back out there to finish cleaning out my apartment and everything. And I was like, well, while I'm there, I might as well just sneak in a quick photo shoot. My friend Ethan was down to do the shoot, so I was like, okay, well, let's still do it. We took the necessary precautions. I made the masks for the models. So the masks actually weren't supposed to be a part of the collection. I was gonna do veils and all of this stuff. But with COVID, I thought it wasn't, not that it wasn't right, but I felt like it was important to acknowledge the fact that we are in the middle of a global pandemic. I liked it. They turned out really cool and fun.
I wear a wine dress, you got your eyes on my curls, and if you want this, then you should talk to your girl. And if we're honest, it feels a little absurd. I've got a light coat, I've got a lighter as well. You've got these silver fingers that lead me to your hotel. And if you want this, well, you can get it yourself. There's glitter